How to fix CP2077 crashing during gameplay. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Cyberpunk 2077 is a visually stunning masterpiece, but random crashes during gameplay can completely ruin the immersion. During our extensive in-house testing, we have encountered these flatline errors on various hardware configurations, ranging from high-end rigs to older, budget-friendly builds. Teknobalta's analysis revealed that these crashes are rarely caused by a single issue. Rather, they stem from a combination of memory leaks, outdated drivers, conflicting overlays, and improper power management settings. After running our diagnostics and testing numerous workarounds, we have compiled the definitive troubleshooting guide. Today, we are sharing the most effective, technically deep solutions to stabilize your system and get you back into Night City. 1. Perform a clean GPU driver installation. First, our testing showed that corrupted shader caches within existing graphics drivers are a primary culprit for random desktop crashes. We highly recommend using Display Driver Uninstaller in safe mode to completely wipe your current display drivers. Once clean, install the latest driver package directly from the manufacturer's website and select the Clean Installation option. 2. Lower Cascaded Shadows Resolution. Teknobalta's telemetry data indicates that the Cascaded Shadows resolution setting causes severe spikes in RAM usage, often triggering a memory overflow crash. Lowering this specific setting from high to medium drastically reduces the memory footprint without a noticeable loss in visual fidelity. This single adjustment has stabilized the game on a vast majority of our test benches. 3. Verify game file integrity. During our investigation, we found that micro-updates and background patching frequently corrupt essential game archives, specifically the localized audio and texture files. By navigating to your launcher and executing the File Integrity Verification command, the client will cross-reference your local data with the master servers. Any corrupted or missing asset will be automatically redownloaded, resolving crashes tied to engine read errors. 4. Disable third-party in-game overlays. Software overlays hook into the game's rendering pipeline, and our diagnostics confirm they conflict heavily with the REDengine. You must disable all third-party overlays, including communication applications, GPU software layers, and specifically frame rate statistics servers. Eliminating these rendering interruptions provides the engine with exclusive control over your display output, significantly reducing mid-game freezing. 5. Optimize the Windows page file. We discovered that this title aggressively cycles memory, and an unoptimized Windows virtual memory setup can lead to catastrophic out-of-memory errors. Navigate to the Advanced System settings in Windows and manually configure your paging file size. Set the initial and maximum size to at least 1.5 times your total physical RAM to give the engine a sufficient operational buffer. 6. Run the executable as administrator. Operating system permission restrictions can occasionally block the game executable from accessing critical system resources in real time. Navigate to your game installation folder, right-click the main executable file, and access its Properties menu. Under the Compatibility tab, check the box to run the program as an administrator to bypass any Windows security bottlenecks. 7. Disable Windows Fullscreen Optimizations. Microsoft's built-in Fullscreen optimizations attempt to create a borderless environment, but our lab tests prove this often causes display driver timeouts in resource-heavy titles. Within the same Compatibility tab of the game's executable properties, ensure you check the box to disable full-screen optimizations. This forces the game into a true exclusive full-screen state, improving frame pacing and stability. 8. Reinstall Visual C++ Redistributables. The game relies heavily on specific runtime libraries to execute complex background scripts and calculations. If your redistributables are outdated or corrupted, the game will silently fail to execute a script and crash directly to the desktop. We recommend uninstalling all current redistributable packages and installing fresh, unified versions directly from the official developer portal. 9. Temporarily disable memory overclocks. High-speed RAM is fantastic for frame rates, but our hardware engineers noted that aggressively tuned memory profiles can cause micro-instabilities in data streaming heavy games. Restart your computer, enter the BIOS setup, and temporarily disable your memory overclock profiles to run the RAM at its base frequency. If the crashes stop, you may need to manually tune your memory timings or increase voltage slightly. 10. Update your motherboard BIOS. An outdated BIOS can cause power delivery inefficiencies between your processor and the PCI Express slot housing your graphics card. We verified that flashing the latest BIOS version from your motherboard manufacturer significantly improves system-level stability during high transient power spikes. Ensure your system is connected to a reliable power source before attempting a BIOS update. 11. Cap the maximum frame rate. Uncapped frame rates force your hardware to process data as fast as physically possible, generating excessive heat and leading to thermal throttling crashes. By using the in-game settings or your GPU control panel to cap your maximum frame rate to your monitor's refresh rate, you equalize the rendering workload. This thermal management strategy proved highly effective during our prolonged stress tests. 12. Purge the local configuration folder. Residual configuration files from older game patches often conflict with new updates, leading to immediate crashes upon loading a saved game. Open your system directory, navigate to the local application data folder, and delete the entire developer directory. The game will generate fresh, clean configuration files upon your next launch, eliminating any legacy code conflicts. 13. Add security software exclusions. Aggressive real-time threat protection engines sometimes misidentify the game's dynamic script execution as a malicious process, instantly terminating the application. Open your security settings interface and add the entire game installation directory to the exclusion list. This prevents the security software from scanning the game files while they are actively streaming into system memory. 14. Adjust processor multithreading. For users on older hardware architectures, Teknobalta's benchmarking revealed that the game's thread scheduler sometimes struggles with simultaneous multithreading. Using specific performance modifications to limit thread usage forces the game to utilize physical processor cores only. This adjustment frequently resolves random stuttering and hard crashes tied to inefficient CPU scheduling. 15. Execute a clean Windows boot. Background applications and dormant services frequently fight for priority processing cycles, destabilizing the game client over extended sessions. Open the System Configuration tool, select Selective Startup, and disable all non-essential system services before rebooting your machine. Playing the game in this clean boot environment allows you to isolate and identify the exact background software causing the instability. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.